What up, Bulls Nation? We've got live CHGO Bulls postgame coming up right now. Bulls drop one to Orlando, 125-120, their fourth straight loss. Put up a valiant effort on yet another night where they were missing a lot of bodies, but couldn't quite get it done. We'll break it down next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into CHGO Bulls post game. Coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. CHGO Bulls post game presented by Michelob Ultra and Bet365. The delicious taste of victory deserves something equally superior. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra. And download the Bet365 app with promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Thanks for being here. Hit the like button. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's Big Dave Bow. BAWL Sports. Bah. Will the Go Gottlieb. Will_Gottlieb. King of Controls, the one and only Joey C. Joey, how's your Pete Hills?
Great watch along, guys. Portillo's a little bit better.
Yeah. Speaking of that watch along, shout out to Chloe Thiel.
Hey.
Rocking controls for that watch along.
She needs a tattoo.
CHGO Bulls action. She just told us that she's going to get a tattoo.
She did tell us that.
During our...
I know. We hear her saying she wants a tattattoo. Yes, this is what she's telling. She wants.
If we get $1,000 of donations on our Big Brothers Big Sisters fundraising show on Wednesday,
a diehard tattoo.
Chloe's
where would you get your
tat.
tattoo, Chloe? Where would you get it? Arm, leg, arm. We're going with arm. Lip. A diehard lip tattoo. Let's go.
A lip tat.
She's into that now, right?
What about a
She's
lip
been on the job
tattoo
3 weeks. Don't make her do this.
Of a Portillo's beef and cheddar croissant. So you always got the taste of the Portillo's beef and cheddar on your lips.
When somebody asks you what your order is, just pull your lip down and show it to them. This is what I want. All right, let's go.
I love this idea. Thanks for joining us, Bulls Nation. Despite the Bulls not being able to get the W, which is a bummer, we'll break down how exactly it happened. Doesn't mean you can't hit that like button.
That's
Do it right now. Bulls lose 125-120. Throw us your comments and thoughts on tonight's game as we break this one down. Throw us a super chat if you're feeling generous tonight.
I'll see it.
So this is another night where the Bulls are shorthanded. Mm-hmm. You're still missing Isaac Okoro, one of your usual starters. You're still missing Dalen Terry. You're still missing your backup center, Jalen Smith. Mm-hmm. In addition to Zach Collins not being back yet, though he is getting closer. You also have Coby White as a late scratch. Mm-hmm. The Rook, Noah Asenge, not that he's actually been in Billy's rotation at all, but he's also unavailable tonight. So you have another night where Billy's going to Javon Carter early. He's leaning on Lachlan Ulbrich and Emmanuel Miller to play minutes when they just got their first taste of NBA action on Saturday night against Indiana. So, an uphill climb to get a W against this Magic team that is playing much better than they did when the Bulls beat them the second game of the season way back when.
Yeah.
So it was tied at half, Dave.
It was.
It was tied after three quarters. Before we got to that tied after three quarters part, the Bulls were up 15.
This happened.
What happened there?
Life.
Life happens.
You're gonna get it from Franz Wagner. He's gonna ball. Mm-hmm. You know he's gonna do that. The 25 points, the 7 rebounds. And he had 5 turnovers. So, but Wagner's gonna do his thing. Desmond Bane's gonna have a game. It's Desmond Bane. It's what he does, man. So huge 37 points from him. 12 of 17 is just ignorantly efficient from that young man. 6 rebounds, 5 assists. But for me, the punch to the old baby maker was Anthony Black, man. That was the one. 34 minutes off the bench, and he had 22 huge points for him. 8 of 15 from the field, 2 of 5 from the three-point line. But he pulled down 9 rebounds on top of that. He was absolutely huge, along with 3 assists. He was colossal for their team, bro, and especially in that second half. Oh, and get ready for this. He was a plus 25 also coming off the bench.
Off the bench in a game that his team wins by 5?
Yes, plus 25. Safe to say he led the team in plus minus, or led everybody, I should say, in plus minus. But he was just really great. The Bulls didn't have a true answer for him. His length, his athleticism, I mean, it was on full display in that second half, and the Bulls had no answer for it. The Bulls, I thought, for 3.5 quarters, played a pretty solid game, against them, and the defense just collapsed in the end. Very happy Modest Zeller scoring 21 points. Getting over that 20-point slump is really cool for him, along with the 6 rebounds, even though it was just, 1 or 2 rebounds more in the second half than he had in the first half. Vooch, with his typical game. Josh Giddey with his typical game, except for the turnovers or concern. I thought that was huge. Aya with his 18 was huge. I thought Julian Phillips had a big role.
Julian had a big game off the bench.
Had a big game, 10 big points for him off the bench. But the Bulls and the way – and Trey Jones also, don't want to leave him out. Those 20 points that he had, were colossal. But the Bulls got back to what they do worst, and that's that defense and being bad at it. And you saw them exposing those two things, that defense and that offensive rebounding, were both being exposed in the fourth quarter in that money time. Anytime the Bulls hit a shot to make it seem like they were coming back or getting right back into that game in the fourth, Desmond Bane come down, hits a 3. Anytime they come back and they score and to get to the free throw line, Anthony Black comes down, layup. Like, they were continuing to hold the Bulls at arm's length in that fourth quarter, and it got chippy, which I like. I like when the game gets chippy. I like that the Bulls just walked off the floor and didn't shake nobody's hand. I like that Modest Zeller was pushing, but if you're going to push him, Modest. Like Giddey's fight was fiery and Trey Jones fighting with Wendell Carter Jr. But, yeah, man, it's going to take more than that, feistiness and fiery, to beat this kind of basketball team. They got up for him. They got ready for him. They scored 120 points, and it still wasn't enough. That lets you know that the offensive rebounding wasn't there, the defense wasn't there, and they really, really got a lot to work on, man.
Yeah, I feel like the big thing that I've just kind of been watching throughout a lot of these games is just the 4 factors. Something that Billy talks a lot about in terms of the controllables, things that they can do on a night-to-night basis that will put them in the best position to win or lose, regardless of makes and misses. Obviously, one of those being effective field goal percentage. That one is just the makes and misses, right? Yeah. The Bulls actually outscored the Magic on effective field goal 59.6 to 56.9. So a slight bump for them there. But really everywhere else, they were in the negative. They had 2 more turnovers than the Magic. Giddey was a big piece of that. He had 8 of the Bulls' 19 turnovers, only 17 for the Magic. That's a lot in general. Obviously for Giddey, it's like just way too much. He had 6 assists to 8 turnovers. That's a ratio that you never want to see. But like the Magic still had a bunch and kind of let the Bulls stick around with that. The next one being offensive rebounding. Bulls 10 offensive rebounds, Magic 12. That doesn't sound like a huge gap on paper, but when you look at how it broke down, during the first half, the Bulls were really good on the defensive glass. They allowed the Magic only 3 offensive rebounds and 2 second chance points. That's fantastic. That's an area where they've really been struggling. And then in the second half, they fell apart and they allowed the Magic 9 offensive rebounds and 13 second chance points. And I feel like that was a huge factor in them erasing that 15-point deficit that the Bulls had built up, and then being able to win down the stretch. They had a couple of really key ones late in the game. And then finally the free throws was just a blowout in favor of the Magic. I moved away from my tab here, but it was 16 of 22 at the line for the Bulls, 26 of 33 for the Magic. So neither team shot 80%. Bulls at 73%. You leave some points at the line there in a 5-point game. Maybe that makes a difference. But you can't put a team to the foul line 33 times in a game, give up that many second chance points, give up that many offensive rebounds, and turn it over so much. And you see, like, we've talked so much over the years about the 3-point battle, right? The Bulls had 16 of 37 on threes. That's 43%. That's a great shooting night. Yeah. The Magic, 9 of 33. That's pretty bad. 27%. Jeez, like, that's a number where if you shoot like that, you're going to struggle to win games. But the Bulls kind of coughed it up in all these key areas. And I don't really feel like the Magic ran away with it either. It was like they left the door open. They left the door open. They allowed the Bulls to make a run. They allowed them to get up ahead. And then they were just able to close out. And that's what's going to happen in close games is you're not always going to be able to win them. Vooch is not always going to be able to hit the game winner. You're going to lose some tight games. But it's these little possessions throughout the course of a game where a box out here and there prevents a second chance point, and now it's 121, 120, and maybe if you make a free throw, it's an overtime game. If you make 2 free throws, you actually win this game. So those tiny little possessions throughout the course of the game can really add up. And I felt like neither team played great. Neither team really ran away with it, but the fact that both teams let the door open for each other and the Bulls still couldn't come away with it despite being so shorthanded, I thought was pretty disappointing.
Niles reading the chat saying no rebounding in all caps, and Coco 9444 saying box out. It's the easiest thing to do, but they refuse to do it. Was it Io who's talking in the locker room after one of these other recent bad losses about Billy keeps telling, coaching staff keeps telling us, box out.
Yeah.
One of the first things that a human basketball coach will ever tell to a 3-year-old playing basketball.
Chat box.
Box out. And to your point, Go, like you're right, this was another game similar to Indiana where for 3 quarters they did a decent job protecting the glass. And then in that fourth quarter, critical rebounds that they needed to get in a tight game. They don't get them. They give Orlando a second or third chance possession. I mean, who was it Suggs or Bane who hit that kick out 3 from the top of the key after that loose ball?
Bane.
Yeah, Bane. I mean, absolutely
Suggs
brutal.
with the offensive board.
Absolutely brutal. And then going down the other end a few times late, I think it was our pal Fish in the chat, Daddy Fish, saying that the Bulls got stuffed at the rim multiple times down the stretch. So you're not defending the glass, and then to your credit, you're trying to attack the glass, attack the basket on some of your late game possessions. But like Io got stuffed to the rim tonight, Giddey got stuffed to the rim tonight, Modest got stuffed to the rim tonight. Credit to him for trying to be aggressive. And Dave, I know you liked Modest's aggressiveness throughout this game. It wasn't just I'm going to attack the basket once in the first minute and then shoot threes the rest of the night. Modest was consistently aggressive. The Bulls were consistently aggressive. But they also, they just got punked by the Magic at the rim a lot tonight.
No, you're right about that. But Modest is, that aggression I really like. And like I said, it continued throughout the game because you saw him jawing with the fans. You saw him pushing Bane as well. You saw him getting into it with the bench of the Orlando Magic. I like all that stuff, but it's got to come, with a certain type of thing on the floor where you're affecting the game. Or if you're doing it that way, then you're just a goon guy, and that's it. But he's not. He's a little more than that, and he definitely proved it a lot for me tonight, and he needed to prove it. He needed to have this game, bro. He needed to prove I'm not just a role-playing guy. I'm a dude that can score in the 20s. I'm a dude that can handle the basketball. I'm a guy that can shoot these threes, when you give me the ball and make these right decisions and make the right plays. Even the assist he had, I believe it was the Vooch when he threw it to him with that left hand. Just the beauty of that pass that he threw him was great. I love the fact that he was using his length when he was inside. Because like I kept saying during the watch-along, we know he's not big and strong, but you can't teach height. He's still tall. That's still an issue inside. And he used that more so tonight than I've seen him do in the previous few games. And I appreciated that from him, and that's how you come away with rebounds. That's how you come away with multiple blocks. And what do you have, 3 blocks tonight? Yes, another 3-block game for him. It's awesome. But the scoring is what I wanted to see from him because he needs to do that because he has that skill set, and the team needs that skill set, especially with Coby White not being out there on the floor, especially if Vooch or Giddey are not going to have that kind of game. He's got to be that guy, man, for them. And I thought he was tonight. Of course, it could have been better. We could definitely talk about the things that didn't go well in the game that he did tonight. But I thought overall, I was really pleased with how he did it. But I feel like Julia said, she had to take a shot at Don Julio tonight on this game. I feel on that, man. The Bulls that had you drinking sometimes.
Somebody, Niles in the chat just said, Lachlan should have got some run in the fourth.
Oh, don't do this.
Hold that thought. Because you know what the Bulls bench did tonight? It got worked.
Jack!
Which,
squat.
again, is tough when your team is playing guys that aren't in your rotation normally as your bench guys because some of your bench guys are starting because you're missing a lot of guys.
Craggy.
Bulls had starters out tonight. Bulls had bench players out tonight. So, no, Julian Phillips was the only Bulls player who had a positive impact on this game.
Yeah.
like full stop.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear about Lockie needing to get more run in the fourth quarter. We got to knock out our first ad break right there. When we come back on the other side, still plenty to dive into on tonight's game. Let us know what you're thinking about in that chat. Hit the like button. It's free. Throw us a super chat. Those aren't free, but we appreciate them. They're fun. Either way, enjoy these words from our friends and sponsors. We'll be right back.
The people.
CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Bet365. And right now, with their early payout offer, you're a winner if your team goes up by 17 points in any football game with an instant payout offer on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. So download that app and be sure to use promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. When you do, when you place your first $5 bet with that promo code CHGO365 upon sign up, you're going to get $150 in bonus bets into your account. When you make your first $5 bet, win or lose that bet, doesn't matter. You're going to get $150 in bonus bets either way that you can use to spend on. Bet on some football, bet on some baseball, bet on some hockey, whatever you want. And with football season, we still got lots of football left. Thursday Night Football, a $10 safety net bet offer. Sunday Night Football, $365,000 jackpot. Get in on that. And Monday Night Football, 50% super profit boost tokens on same game parlays. What are you waiting for? Download Bet365 with promo code CHGO365. Must be 21 and older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You know what? You can be good.
Of course.
You know, I got Joey C. He's good.
He's
really good.
I would argue better than good.
You know what I mean? I can argue, but I can say great.
Great.
I can point to Chloe and say she's great.
Great.
You know what I mean? I can do that. But what you want to be, what you need to be, what you got to be if you're 21 and over is Ultra. And the only way you can do that, it was the smooth, crisp, refreshing taste of an icy cold Michelob Ultra. Once it hits your lips, oh my God. Can of bottle. It's full throttle, baby. It's a wonderful thing. Well, Big Dave, how was your Thanksgiving? And what makes it Ultra? My Thanksgiving was absolutely amazing. And what makes it Ultra? 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Thank you for asking. It is the official American beer sponsor of your Chicago Bulls. Superior game meets the superior taste. Hello, superior game. Hello, superior taste. Meet each other. So no matter what you're playing for, one thing you should do is make it superior. And you do that with Michelob Ultra B. Ultra Magnetic.
We back, CHGO Bulls postgame, hanging out Monday night, breaking down the Bulls' loss to the Magic. Thanks for being here with us, Bulls Nation. Tough night with the outcome, but we still enjoy being with y'all.
Yeah.
This is when we need our group therapy as Bulls fans.
Thank you for the Oh, there, the Big Dave, that hat is fire. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
It's the only kind of hat he wears.
Amazed. Appreciate
Not that one
sir.
specifically, but hats that are fire.
Hats is what I do.
That's
yes.
right.
Thank you very much.
I mean, it's got Madhouse on Madison on the side.
Yeah, yes.
It's a nice item.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as nice as this CHGO flag hat that I am rocking
I won't
tonight.
argue this at all.
Or how about this Nux CHGO mascot hoodie with the tie-dye that I'm rocking tonight?
I'll see your tie-dye hoodie and raise you my CHGO Chicago football hoodie right there, sir, because I think me and Joey C.
Accidental
looking
twinsies
quite
tonight.
nice right there.
If you're going to raise, I'm going to go all in. With
Go.
the CHGO black camo.
With the camo.
Well, where can they get all
Hoodies
this?
on hoodies.
Where can they get all this
Chicago,
cool stuff,
winter
man?
is here. You need yourself a good, cozy hoodie, probably one that's got some cool-ass designs on it in the world of Chicago sports and CHGO awesomeness. Take advantage of Cyber Monday. Still going on right now. Tick, 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 though. Not for very much longer. Take advantage. Up to 90% off select items, 30% off site-wide, and, of course, also with Cyber Monday, it is our lowest die-hard offer ever. Just $26 for your first year.
Incredible.
Y'all. Savings on savings on savings. A free shirt of your choice when you sign up to become a diehard. Access to the Diehards Only Discord, where you can participate in all kinds of fun chats and other things like Q&As, mailbags from Will Gottlieb. Also, access to all of that behind the diehard paywall, writing and reporting from Goat and our fellow CHGO beat writers and reporters.
Shout out.
Now's the time. Cyber Monday is the day. Don't wait.
Don't do
Sign
it.
up now. I got myself a little holiday shopping done earlier today.
Smart man.
Always.
Smart man.
Not just a hat rack, but it is one for all of my 3 going on 4 CHGO hats.
You see what he did?
We also sell winter caps, too,
Oh,
for all you winter beanie people out there.
that's me.
Yeah, there's a certain coach in town who has been very recently shirtless, who is going to be on a CHGO shirt very soon. And spoiler alert,
Show it to him.
not Billy Donovan.
It's not. Billy's not going shirtless, but I've heard that the merch available in the CHGO merch locker, it was good.
Yeah.
Then it got
I
better.
yeah.
Right now, it's about best.
Yeah, it's about best. Yeah, I saw it today when I was watching the show. I got to look at that shirt. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, well done.
Dave, are you the type of person who would probably rock a shirt that depicted a different man shirtless on your shirt? It's an interesting concept for a T-shirt.
It depends on who it is. I think that's what.
Should we show the good people?
Coach of the Chicago Bears.
I mean, you're 9-3, NFC leading. Chicago Bears.
That part.
Not just NFC North leading.
Not just NFC North.
No.
NFC.
Yes, NFC.
Incredible.
Leading. So, yeah, that might make me put that on for sure right there. And look at it, though. It's really dope, bro.
Speaking of dope shirts, we mentioned this in the watch along if you were there too. Thanks for joining us there as well. We also have our newest CHGO Bulls merch design available for pre-sale now. It's the one and only Chicago's own Block Zealous, Boozy, whatever you call him. He's got himself a shirt available right now in that CHGO
Got himself
merch
3 blocks.
It's there. Oh, you about to see it, too.
Take advantage. Take advantage of Cyber Monday. Sign up now. Sign up now.
Sign up now.
Buy now.
Do it now. Do it. Pick up your phone or your tablet or your laptop.
I think we need to
type it in
the next
and do it.
I was about to say send a carrier pigeon with your order, but I don't think our merch staff takes carrier pigeon.
We'll have to check on that.
We'll have to check.
Let's check. We'll have a powwow. We'll figure that out. We'll check on that, man.
I think the next shirt we should have is a good, great, ultra.
You can be good.
Shout out Michelob.
You can be great.
Oh, Michelob Ultra.
Bulls were not great tonight.
Not great.
Somebody in the chat when I was referencing how Lockie and the Bulls bench got beat up tonight, like, yeah, the Bulls G League bench got beat up. It did. And again, to a certain degree, I always believe in no excuses, next man up when you're talking about NBA basketball. The Bulls are pushing the boundary of how real that is versus how much I kind of at least partly want to give them a half an excuse of like, yo, the last couple games, they've been missing a lot of bodies. This is, like half your rosters and health and safety protocols kind of thing. I still don't want to hear it though, because theoretically, you got an NBA roster.
Yeah.
Next man up.
Yeah.
The entire league has been dealing with injury problems through the first month of this season.
It's true.
It's a worrying trend how many injured bodies there are across the league right now.
Yeah.
But the Bulls are not alone in that.
No, not at all.
But when one of your team's strengths every night for the first dozen games of the season was your bench because you did assemble a deep team that's capable of playing as Billy had 9, 10, even some nights 11 guys deep, and they're all capable when you're playing 10 or 11 deep. When you start losing several of those bodies, and then instead of when you're healthy, your starters are but your bench is solid. Now it's like your starters are and your bench is, oh, dear God. It's not ideal.
No, it's not. But, and even what you said, Matt, everybody has injuries. Those things happen to every single team. Last game, Bulls had a ton of players out. A lot of injuries. Yeah, G League roster. Oh, who they play? Oh, was it the Pacers that they play who have everybody out on their team?
Yeah.
And the Bulls still took an L. You look at tonight, like you said, oh, you got all these guys out tonight. Oh, I'm sorry, did Paolo Banchero get out there on the floor tonight?
He was not.
Oh, no, he was injured as well. Right, so their best player did not play tonight at all. So even Wagner, the other brother,
Mo Wagner.
Yeah, Mo Wagner.
On the shelf.
He didn't play tonight. I love how I call him Wagner. He didn't play tonight, man. Like, they were missing guys too, and their best guys. But they still got out there and they played and they won the game. It's something to be said about the effort out there. I thought the Bulls' effort was better tonight in what they played with. Like, not down the stretch in that fourth quarter. I mean, they just kind of got beat on in that fourth quarter and attacked. But more so than these past few games that I've seen from them and how they've played, that effort was not good enough, how they played tonight. This one they put in the effort, and it's what upsets me about this team sometimes, Matt, is you see this team, who they're playing, and they're not supposed to be good, and the Bulls come out like they won 3 championships, like Scottie Pippen is here. Like Mike is here, like Dennis is here. Like, oh, we could do whatever with this team and get this win. No, you're going to lose unless you go ahead and put it out. And then you play these teams and you're like, okay, now we're ready. Now we're going to show them. Let's give them the old 1-2 and show them what we got. and then you get punched in the face in the fourth quarter from doing the same kind of mess. Billy Donovan is preaching this to these guys. He said it before that, hey, we can't play this way. We are not good enough to play this way. We are not talented enough to play this way. We've got to be aggressive. We got to play hard. We got to play tough every single night. Vooch has told you the same thing. It's got to be aggressive, got to be hard, got to be tough every single night. Still not clicking, still not connecting. They're doing the same exact things. So there's a disconnect somewhere, man, that needs to be fixed because these guys are playing the same kind of way, and it's leading to all these just bad losses. When you lose to the Pelicans like you did, when you lose to the Heat like you did, like these are bad losses that they're having. And another one that they got tonight was just a bad loss against a team, that couldn't shoot, but still found a way to get hot enough to win this basketball game, man. It's got to be a more consistent effort from the Chicago Bulls from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. It's what you saw when they were winning games. They were consistent in their effort in each game that they were playing, at least the first 7. They were very consistent in their effort, man. I didn't question it at all. Even in the loss against the Knicks, I wasn't questioning their effort at all. Now, looking at them now, I start having those questions about their effort and how they're playing and why they feel like they're entitled enough to come out here and play this kind of way, because they're simply not good enough to do it like this.
Julia in the chat saying they're not listening to Billy at all. Romy 1972, coach is here for 4 more years. Ouch. Again, Billy shorthanded tonight. I'm not going to make any excuses for Billy. He took this L2. But when you're watching the final back and forth stretch of possessions in another clutch game that the Bulls have played among the league leaders, a number of games that have become clutch games already this young season, you see them get a big bucket from Modest. He hits that 3. Contested 3, good for him. The Bulls needed that bucket. They got that bucket. I blinked half a second later after taking the ball out of their own basket. Orlando had a fast break the other way. They laid it in. Like within 3 seconds, it seemed. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Is Billy telling them, hey, don't do that? Probably. What about that second to last possession the Bulls had where Ayo brought the ball up? It's 24-second games, a second game on the game clock, essentially.
Yes.
He gets trapped right above half court.
Yes.
You think Billy said in the most recent timeout, all right, guys, take the ball up, Ayo, get trapped, do nothing. Nobody help him out. Like, that's what I wonder sometimes when I hear all these Bulls fans like, oh, my God, the Bulls lost another, tight game late. Billy was terrible. Like, I want those Billy haters to tell me exactly what you saw Billy do or not do. What Billy do or not do that led to the Bulls taking an L in a close game.
And it's also like there weren't any adjustments to make tonight. I mean, I think I guess just first the injury report was pretty overwhelming. I mean,
and then you add Herter to it.
Herter left after 6 minutes. Who was it tonight? It was Collins and Jalen Smith were out, so basically Lachlan was the backup center. I know people are excited about him. He was terrible. I mean, not like he played really bad necessarily individually, but like the team performed very poorly in his minutes. Noah was out, so he didn't really get a chance to get out there in a game where he, maybe could have. Isaac Okoro has been out for a while with the back injury. Julian Phillips came back, and he played really well. But Dalen Terry was out and Coby was out. So you add her to that mix, and it's like you're out all these rotation players. You've got to play two-way contract guys. You don't have a backup center. Like Julian Phillips is getting the lion's share of minutes at the backup, wing position. Patrick Williams had some rebounds, but like he wasn't really doing all that. So it's just like there aren't that many in terms of like levers that Billy can pull on a night-to-night basis. There weren't a lot of things that he could have done differently, I don't think, from a lineups perspective. And I think that's really like the only thing that viewers can like credibly criticize, because we just don't know what's like going on in terms of the X's and O's and things like that. However, and this is something that you bring up a lot, which I agree with, is that at a certain point, if it doesn't really matter if like they are playing to a certain style and they're just not good enough or the effort isn't there, like if he's losing the locker room, and I'm not saying that he is,
right,
but to me, like that's the point at which like I do think that you have to, it's not even like a Billy's at fault thing. It's just like the situation is starting to break.
Correct.
And that's what I would be concerned about here is, again, I've the team's been on a 4-game road trip. I have not been around them. I have not talked to anybody. I have not been in the locker room in the way that I would be when they're in town. So I'm not like saying this as if I know it, but I'm just saying theoretically that's what I would be concerned about in a situation like this, where you're losing games, where you're going from 5-0 to 2 games under 500 in a matter of weeks. That's what I'd be concerned about, is like, is this going to work? Because we've seen it work, right? We've seen them put together some wins.
Correct.
But I don't think that this team is talented enough to do that consistently to continue winning at that level. So I never thought they were going to win 55, 50 games at the rate that they were going, but maybe could they win like 45? Right now, it's like, are they even going to be 500? And the answer right now is no. And that's because like the effort isn't there and they're not executing on all these things. And so if that's not happening and they continue to lose and things don't get better and guys are coming back and they're still not getting better, that's where you start to have questions about like, is Billy going to lose the locker room?
Yeah.
DRW or Dr. W in the chat. 1 winning season, 1 playoff appearance, 1 playoff win under Billy. Another way to say that, not enough talent, not enough talent, not enough talent.
Continuity.
Under Billy.
Yeah.
We got to knock out another ad break right quick. We will come back on the other side very quickly, continue to break this one down. What else is on your mind, Bulls Nation? Let us know in the chat. We were going to do it in watch along. We didn't get around to it. We could talk a little AD in that report that came out earlier today. Whatever's on your mind, let us know in that chat. Keep them coming. Keep the likes coming. They're free. Throw us a super chat if you feel like it. I saw we got 1 or 2. We will get to those as well on the other side of this break. Hit the like. Here's some ads. CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Brunt Workwear. And Brunt's best-selling American boot, that's this one right here, is not only built for the toughest job sites, they're completely waterproof. Whether it's rain, mud, or standing water, or you know what is solid water that's coming out in Chicago right now? It's called snow.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you're out there working in snow.
Shoveling.
The Brunt American work boot will stay dry for you. Brunt isn't just about work boots. They offer a full range of high-performance gear. Built for tough jobs, from heavy-duty work pants to weather-resistant jackets, Brunt designs durable, reliable workwear to keep you protected and productive in any condition. All of Brunt's boots carry the name of real workers in the trades who test them and inspire them. With temps dropping and the holidays here, it's time to treat yourself or the hardworking man in your life with this real comfort. Skip the throwaway gifts. Get them something built to last. That's Brunt Workwear. Our listeners get $10 off their entire order with promo code CHGO at checkout. That's bruntworkwear.com, promo code CHGO. Order today. Let them know we sent you there.
Guess what, man? We teaming up. We are teaming up.
Teaming up?
Guess who we teaming up with? Loyola basketball.
Loyola. Ramble on.
Basketball. Ramble. Oh, just like, you know how we like to do sometimes. We sitting there talking, except they do it and win all the time because they are the Loyola Ramblers. And we are teaming up, baby, because on Saturday, December 6th at 1:30 for the Loyola versus Princeton, boo, at Gentile Arena in Rogers Park. Come out and see us and support Loyola basketball. It's the Joy and Gentile holiday game, perfect family event with a Santa Claus appearance. Hello, holiday music. Booming. And halftime baby race, prizes, and much, much more. Get your picks in at Bet365. Ramblers have won over 80% of their games in Gentile Arena since 2021. That is an awesome thing, ladies and gentlemen. So you can go to RamblerTickets.com and use the code CHGO and get $5 off your ticket. Ticket prices start as low as $15.
CHGO Bulls postgame rolls along on Monday night, breaking down the Bulls' loss to Magic. Thanks for being here, Bulls Nation. Hit that like button if you didn't do it during the ad break. And just to kind of circle back to and wrap up before we move on, the chat from before the break and Billy and working with doing his best to make use of this shorthanded roster, especially these last few games when a lot of guys have been out. I'm not absolving Billy. I don't think any of us are absolving Billy from this stretch of games where they have lost
I am not.
to some bad teams and they've had some bad L's.
Yeah.
And I agree with what you were saying, Go, as I've seen other people in the chat bring up too, which is that like if the truth is that Billy's guys, as Vooch has stated recently, as Isles gone on the record recently to say, we're just like Billy and the coaching staff is telling us to do this, that, or the other thing, and we're not doing this, that, or the other thing, then that's a problem because it means that he's been tuned out by his players. That is a point where you have to talk about well, go ahead.
I just think like there's a distinction between the players aren't doing it and the players aren't capable of doing it consistently.
Yeah,
and I think that is pretty key here when we're talking about like the talent stuff. Obviously, like these are good players. It's not like there's a bunch of two-way G League guys on this roster. Like there's a lot of NBA role player rotation guys on this team and some really good ones. The problem is just like they're not good enough to continue doing this consistently. And I think the style that they're trying to go for is just a tough thing to replicate on a night-to-night, possession-to-possession basis. Is that Billy's problem? Maybe because like that's what he's asking them to do, but like the reason he's asking them to do that is because the roster can't win in any other way because they're not talented enough. So again, I think you always have to look up. And I'm not like saying Billy's without fault. It would be great if they had other options to go to when like the game did break down a little bit and slow down in the final possessions. It feels like they can get a little lost at times. He's dialed up some good stuff in the past, but he also just doesn't have like a go-to bucket getter that you can lean on. And most teams in the NBA do. Certainly Coby can help you there, but he obviously didn't play tonight. But for me, it's like, that's a problem maybe, but the bigger problem to me is the roster construction. And by the way, like how impossible it is to even build on the roster issues that we've been talking about over the last several years.
Yeah, no, you're right. And the roster, listen, again, Billy is without fault. All right, I've sat here and yelled and complained about Billy Donovan. Not without fault, excuse me. Because I've sat here and yelled and complained about Billy Donovan many a day. And sadly will continue to because I don't see this stopping anytime soon.
He'll be here a while, y'all.
He's not going nowhere.
Let's
He's
get
gonna
comfortable.
Be here. So, yeah, you're going to hear me do it again. But Goldie's completely correct. When you're talking about the roster and what he has and what's being put together, you can only do so much with that. If you and again, I'm only use them all the time because they continue to say this is the team we're emulating.
Yeah.
When you're talking about the Indiana Pacers and you're putting that together, we've already had a discussion about the superstars that they have that the Bulls don't have. Also, if you're looking at their talent around them and those guys that they have, Go just said it. They have guys on the Pacers squad outside of Halliburton and Siakam who can go win a game for you at the end, who you can give the ball to and they say, I got this shot, I got this three, we're going to win this game. How do I know this? We watched it all day in the playoffs and in the finals. It wasn't just Tyrese winning those games for them at the end, man. There was several of those guys on their team, and they had their opportunities to win the game for them. Bulls don't have that. Like, they don't have that kind of guy on their team or that kind of roster yet on their squad where they can say, we'll draw up a play for 4 different people on the floor to hit a game-winning shot. You don't have that. You know what I mean? It's not available to you. That stuff starts with AK. That's what that stuff leads to. That's who's the person that you look at when it comes to the construction and how things are being put together for this team, because you can only do so much along with the tools and pieces that you have. You can have Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen if you want, man, but if he don't have the tools and the proper things to make the burger, well, it's going to be trash, and he's going to let you know it because that's Gordon Ramsay. Doesn't matter how good or bad that person you have is. If everything around them does not adhere to what they do best and help them do what they do best, then you're not going to get the absolute best out of them.
Joey?
Well, I just wanted to ask you, Peck. I want you to weigh in on this. There's been a couple tweets out there about people trying to say that the Bulls are being comped to the team building wise to the Pacers. And to echo what Big Dave said, we all watched that finals last year, right? Like, I don't know if the Bulls have a Nembhard. I don't know if they have a Nesmith. I don't know if they have a Mathurin. They damn sure don't have a Halliburton. And they damn sure don't have a guy like Miles Turner who's going to another team and getting over a $100 million contract.
Or Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, we can go on and on and on. And I understand that, like, it's Giddey at the top and dishing the ball and other players making plays and you're deep and you're depth. But, like, Peck, I just want you to respond to, like, what was your reaction to that when people were trying to go to bat to try and explain that the Bulls can be comped to what the Pacers have been doing and building, and maybe that's the light at the end of the tunnel?
Yeah, man. Is it a train at the end of that tunnel?
Yeah. Well, I mean, funny you say, is it a train? Because I believe my immediate response upon seeing that, which was part of that great write-up from Jamal Collier earlier today, is quote tweeting Jamal Collier dropping that column with a GIF of John Candy from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles going, oh, sure. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, totally the same thing. Yeah, these are apples and apples.
Right.
Not apples and octopi. Comparing the Bulls and their game plan, roster building wise, championship contention, not too far away wise. Yeah. To the Indiana Pacers. It's a joke. Like, I don't even want to acknowledge it as an idea based in rational thought. I feel like the principal from Billy Madison.
Yeah.
what you just said, and like this is just like nobody came out there and said this specifically from within the Bulls organization. Sure. I don't want to get in trouble or make any insinuations about
sure.
But there have been lots of other people around the NBA, including reporters, suggesting that within the walls of the Bulls organization, that's what they're envisioning.
Mm-hmm.
And AK has even, on the record, stated something like, instead of building around 1 or 2 superstars, we want to build a deep team with 9 to 10 very good players.
Yeah.
Which some people attributed to the Pacers plan or compared to the Pacers plan. It's not the same thing. And, you know, I saw a lot of Bulls fans and Pacers fans reacting to this comparison earlier today. And a lot of people saying, like, yo, if you think Josh Giddey is Halliburton, yikes. And then there were some Giddey committee people being like, Josh Giddey's better than Tyrese Halliburton. And I was like, yikes. Yikes. The other thing, and I think it was maybe it was CBS Sports' Sam Quinn, who does NBA coverage, was the one who quote tweeted it that I thought was really bad. It's like, I don't care. Like, yeah, it's a copycat league, whatever. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't be trying to copy the Pacers if you're the Chicago Bulls. Be the damn Chicago Bulls and figure out your own best way of winning basketball games, building winning rosters. Mm-hmm. I don't care what brought the Pacers to the championship series last season. Good for them. Mm-hmm. Sure wish that was us. Mm-hmm. Hasn't been us in a while. Mm-hmm. Figure it out. Be your own organization. Be your own team. Because if you're trying to half-ass being the Pacers 2.0, you're not going to be the Pacers 2.0. You're going to be the Pacers 0.5. That's what half-assing something is. Makes me sick.
Yeah. You have to have your own way, your own identity. You know what I mean? Like doing something different that the other team in front of you. Again, Matt, this is just how you and I kind of came up. You know what I mean? We were watching. Each team that the Bulls are playing and go against had their own kind of identity. Nobody was trying to be, you know what I'm saying, the Chicago Bulls. The Utah Jazz weren't trying to be that. The Knicks weren't trying to be that. The Heat weren't trying to be that. Everybody had their own identity, own different way, own different style that they wanted to be. Mm-hmm. The other part for it for me is, and this is not a diss to the Pacers, but if I'm copying somebody, I like to copy who won. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to do that. You know what I mean? I want to go after who actually walked away with the trophy, not just who got there. You know, and that's, again, it's not a diss to the Pacers at all. What they did was phenomenal. And I don't have a problem with teams doing that. But I'm just speaking for myself. If I'm going to actually copy and emulate and do something, it's going to be the team that actually did it. So I want to see, hey, what did you do? How did you do it? Where are we at as far as doing those kind of things? I'm not looking at the ones who just said, okay, they got there, and that seems like a simpler way. So let's do that instead. No. Wait. Show me how to win. You know what I mean? Teach me how to fish right there, bro. You know what I mean? Don't just copy this stuff right here. Teach me how, and then I'll go do it.
When you say at least copy the team that won, Dave, you'd be referring to the team that decided they didn't need Josh Giddey to win an NBA championship, that team?
Copy the team that won, bro. You know what I mean? Again, I'm just talking about myself. Talking about me. Mm-hmm. That's how I would do it.
Or I'll go a step further. Like, why don't you try and copy some of the organizations that consistently, over the last 20 years, continue to build different perennial groups of contending teams like the Spurs or the Celtics or some of those?
Sounds good to me.
Well, I think, like, no matter what type of team you want to build, like, what you need is star players. And, like, the Bulls just don't have that right now. I think it doesn't really matter who you decide you want to be. If you don't have the star player, like, it's not going to work. I mean, it's like, who was that dude that was, like, Patrick Mahomes lookalike in college football? Like,
Dylan Raiola?
Yeah, is he good? I don't even know if I don't know if that's a good analogy. He might be good.
What's the analogy in reference to? I mean, he's a good player. I don't know if right now he's an NFL starting caliber
that
player.
Sounds about right.
No,
like
but he is like a mimic. It's like Peter Pan in his shadow. That is like Dylan Raiola and Patrick Mahomes.
Michael Jordan and Harold Miner. Yes,
and I think like it's okay for the Bulls to try to like. I don't really have a problem with the Bulls emulating the Pacers blueprint. It's hard to like trade Paul George for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the pick that becomes Jalen Williams and 6 other first round. Like not every team has access to that. I get that.
It's an all-timer theft of a trade.
Yeah,
exactly. Those aren't like things you can replicate. Mm-hmm. So you do have to like find a way to build with what you have. I think the bigger thing for me is like that there are only a couple of different ways you can build in the NBA, and they've eliminated one of them, which is going the tanking route. So automatically you reduce that to like free agency and trades. And the past couple of years, they haven't been able to make a trade. That's why there's like some rumors now when they do have their flexibility that they could be going after someone. we can discuss that at a different time. But like the bigger thing is just like, how do you even start to put that together? And I do think like some of the pieces are there, but again, it's just like it hasn't been close. And they had, 5 games at the start of the season where, okay, if they would have continued to play that way, maybe you could be talking yourself into like a big trade. But they have just been like a not good team now for 2/3 of their games, or for 3/4 of their games. I mean, they started 5-0. They're 9-11. Like this is not like a team that is close to saying that they can emulate they can build in the way that this other team is building. You can have similar players. Just because you're playing fast doesn't mean you're the Pacers. Yeah. And I think you're fooling yourself. It's like, there's a million guys who want to be Steph Curry, but none of them are actually Steph Curry. Mm-hmm. There's a million guys that shoot a ton of threes and run around like making half-court shots. It's not Steph Curry. It's not them playing and competing for NBA championships. So I think that there are ways away from that, even if they did want to go that route. Yeah. But I think that if they do want to go that route, that comes with a bunch of other challenges that, they haven't even begun to address.
Yeah.
Chicago Bulls Nation, we got to hit a break real quick. But Chicago Bulls Nation saying if you can't find good players via free agency, draft, or trade, at least get a coach that will set a culture. The Bulls could hire Phil Jackson. And if he's coaching a bunch of frozen fish sticks on the court, then that team comprised of a bunch of frozen fish sticks is going to go 0-82.
Do you not remember Phil Jackson with the New York Knicks? Do you not remember it? I do. Did they win anything? No, they didn't. They were bad. Not just because Phil Jackson's a terrible coach. They did not have the talent.
What is the Zen Master doing to Patrick Williams?
Yes.
Like let's get real, right?
I think the Zen Master might rather have a box of frozen fish sticks than Patrick Williams. Hey, at least anybody who's hungry in the half-court locker room can have a snack. All right?
We got to knock out our last and can put fish sticks together and turn it into a semblance.
Yeah, using toothpicks.
That's right.
And some pick and roll with the frozen fish stick.
Man out there.
Oh, man.
Play Olay defense just as well as Pat. We got to knock out our last ad break. When we come back on the other side, we'll get to our super chats that we have waiting on deck for us and any other thoughts y'all have to wrap up this Bulls L tonight. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like button. It's free. Here's some ads. Back for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in just a few easy taps. It's incredibly easy to use, and the Game Time Guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. Plus, fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay. No hidden fees, no last-second add-on fees, none of this, none of that. No woozies, or as Dave says, no wazzies. Plus, they, of course, have those great zone deals. Save even more when you choose a section of the stadium for that event and let Game Time do the selecting of the specific seat. Or if you are particular, they got seat views, meaning you can see exactly what your view of the game or event or concert or whatever will be like from your seat. Panoramic views. And that lowest price guarantee means Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference if you find the same ticket for a cheaper price on a different site. Good luck with that. But if you do, Game Time, lowest price guarantee, got you covered. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use promo code CHGO to get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHGO to get $20 off. Tap ticket. Go. Download the Game Time app today because you always see what's opposite. Game Time. We back. We back. CHGO Bulls post game rolling along. Thanks for hanging out with us, Bulls Nation. I did not call any of the current Bulls players fish sticks. I was making an analogy to Phil Jackson and coach building a culture, and that not working if your team hypothetically was comprised of frozen fish sticks.
Sounds delicious.
Doesn't it?
It does.
You know what is delicious, Dave?
That is my fish sandwich.
Did you eat it yet?
I did not. It's sitting right there. Question, man?
Yeah, I said, do you know what is delicious?
I do know what's delicious.
What's that?
But you tell me what's delicious.
Drinking down some icy cold frosty Michelob Ultras with us in our Pop Shot Showdown.
Come on.
This Thursday. That's the day after tomorrow.
Oh.
December 4th, 7 p.m., 1250 South River Road in Prospect Heights. It's the Players Pub and Grill. Come hang out with us. We will be there getting some Pop Shot shots up, putting down some Michelob Ultras,
GOAT tournament.
talking Bulls. Can anybody take down the GOAT?
Can anybody take down
Dave?
the GOAT? Yes.
Also, Lil Birdie told me that for everybody who comes out, by the way, free admission, no ticket required, no RSVP required, just show up, come hang out. The winner of the Pop Shot might find their way into some Bulls tickets.
Ooh.
That's what I heard.
Ooh. Well.
So
Where'd you hear that?
That's a heck of a bird. Shout out to that bird. That
Yeah.
told you
Shout
that.
out to that bird.
shout out to that bird.
Shout out to the bird. Yeah, come on out. That's going to be fun, man. Hanging out with you guys, shooting some Papa Shot, watching one of the greatest of all time, Papa Shot guys. Go at it. It's going to be fun to watch, man. And, yeah, can't wait to hang with y'all, talk Bulls with y'all, laugh with y'all, drink some of these Michelob Ultras with y'all, all that stuff.
Bring your fake Anthony Davis trades.
Oh, bring them, baby. Bring your fake Anthony Davis trades and your Bears hype.
Bears.
Bring it on, baby. All of it. Let's go.
Let's see what we got in that super chat bin, shall we, Joey? Sam Galoy with the $10 super chat. Appreciate you. Saying, want to preface this by saying I was my favorite Bull since the D-Rose era and want him to stay here his whole career. But would you trade him this year? If so, what type of return are you looking for? That was a quick 180.
Yeah.
Io's a Bull for life. What would you want in an Io trade? And like, you know, I'm not clowning you, and we appreciate the super chat. I'm guessing you're just asking that because he is one of a couple of guards on expiring contracts this year.
Makes sense.
Juwan Carter, technically a guard on an expiring contract with the Bulls.
That is true.
But I think more people paying attention to the fact that both Coby White and Io are on expiring deals this year. And are the Bulls going to pay both of them?
Yeah.
Multi-year deals to stick around.
I think Io's a tricky one because I don't think that he's getting you like a bunch of first-round picks or probably even like
No.
I mean, you could maybe get one first-round pick for him depending on the team.
I would say it's a stretch to get one for Io, especially when you consider who's doing the negotiating on the Bulls side of the table.
Even if like they could, it's going to be like a pick in the mid to late 20s, and is that really like a value for you? Possibly, but teams are going to be like thinking about what they have to pay him, and he's going to want to raise, right? So it's like I guess not all expiring contracts are necessarily created equal. Obviously, you can retain him if you have him. You'll have his bird rights if you trade for him. So there could be trades there. I think to me, if you are moving Io, and I don't think they should, I think he's a player you probably want to keep around as well. But I think he's probably part of a bigger deal that gets you like an upgrade, like a couple of players together for, a bigger name player. Because I just don't see them doing the sell-off, and I don't really see them just doing I guess they could do another 1-for-1. That's what they always do. So maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, David in the chat just said I could see another 1-for-1 trade for Io. That would drive me crazy.
Here is your one.
If it's like, a young player on an expiring contract who just needs a change of scenery, and you're giving up Io for fill in the blank name player.
I mean, it would be like Jeremy Sohan. That's like the Bulls. That's like the perfect Bulls trade target.
He fits what we're trying to do.
Doesn't shoot, has fallen out of favor with his team,
Shoots
was a
free
former
throws
top
weird.
10 pick.
Yeah.
But
I would just rather have Io.
he dyes his hair, so Bulls fans would go nuts for that. It's basically like having Dennis Rodman.
He fixes everything.
Not the greatest rebounder of all time, but
No.
yeah, I just it's a fair question to wonder about because again, the Bulls have some seriously difficult decisions to make.
I also just don't think he's going to command that much money. I think you're probably paying him in the 15 to 20
I was going to say
range.
Slightly above mid-level exception contract.
And honestly, maybe he just takes the hometown discount and gives you a deal at the mid-level. He could probably get that from other teams, but I just don't think teams are going to be lining up to spend a bunch of money on a depth piece. Nikhil Alexander-Walker is a great comp, I think, for him, who's, by the way, playing better than Io. He's scoring 20 plus.
He's been awesome.
And I was having a great year. I'm not being critical of him at all. He's just Nikhil has been amazing.
He's been awesome.
But I think that's kind of the range of player that you're looking for. So just because the guy is expiring, just because he needs a raise and an upgrade, doesn't necessarily mean that you have to get rid of him or that you can't pay him. I think they can. And frankly, if they want to keep Coby and pay him too, they're more than welcome to. They have the cap space. It's just a challenge of how do you continue to add to that roster. And so that's why like the Anthony Davis stuff or a big trade where you're leveraging your expiring contracts makes a lot of sense to me, because unless you're going to sign everybody to a 1-year deal, this is your chance to do it. This is when all the money is expiring. This is when everybody's coming off your books. So this is the chance that you have to make one of those moves. And if it includes Io or if it includes Coby, okay, but like you better hope that you're getting the right player back and actually putting yourself in a better chance to compete, because we know they're not going to go the other way.
Nothing to add to that.
Our pal Prison Mike threw us a $5 super chat. Appreciate you, buddy. What's up? Saying 4-11 after going 5-0 and firmly in 10th. What argument is there for not trading for AD? To AD haters, do you enjoy being the last play-in team? And like, you said this as we were just sitting down between watch along and post game. Like, the three of us have just kept our minds open to the concept of Anthony Davis, I think, more so than most Bulls fans who are like, no, danger, doom, terrible idea, awful. We're sitting here saying, like, what are you risking? What do you got to lose?
Yeah.
Because your team is heading back to the good old play-in toining.
Speaking of injuries.
Yeah, but now it's like, does the team even have enough juice where trading for Anthony Davis, assuming you're not sacrificing all of your young talent to bring him in, would even elevate the team above what it is now, which is a horrifying thought, because the answer might be no.
I mean, their defense is just a complete disaster right now, so I think he
Bringing
automatically
a
comes
healthy
in.
AD theoretically brings that up.
He automatically like vaults you into top 15, if not like top 10 or maybe even top 5. Just alone. I mean, he's that good. He's like, I'm writing a piece about, more in depth about like what they should be looking for, or how they should be approaching this. He's been in like the top 10% of defensive EPM his entire career. even like last year, he was 95th percentile. Like, he's just extremely good on that end.
I've heard
automatically makes you an elite defense. And if you're saying that, like, a lot of your problems stem from the fact that 1, you don't have a top 15 player, 2, your defense stinks, and 3, you need to have a complementary star next to Giddey because Giddey needs the ball in his hands, then like name me a better player than Anthony Davis.
Just one game, small sample size. In the Mavericks' 10-point win tonight against the Denver Nuggets, Anthony Davis in 32 minutes, 32 points on 13 of 23 shooting, 13 boards, 4 assists, 2 for 4 from three-point range. One game, just one, but back to you.
I mean, it's all right.
Hey, Calvin Harris threw us a $4.99 super chat. Thanks, Calvin, saying Vooch can't talk. His defense is ass and effort. Referencing maybe some of Vooch's strong words for his teammates after that eked out win against the Wizards.
Jokic had 29, 20, and 13.
I mean, Vooch had himself a pretty decent night tonight. But
that's silly.
Like again, it is fair to bring up. Like, hey, why is Vooch saying there's no resistance on this team when people point out where's Vooch's rim resistance? Because we all know there ain't none.
A zero. It's happening. Yeah, give me Anthony Davis. Like, if you're going for this,
that's the thing.
If you're going for this, if you're really, because it just feels like they're going for it, right? They want to be a team that's involved in this. Then you go get them.
They're not tanking,
bro.
And we talked about this before, like off pod, but if Anthony Davis, everyone's like, can't get him because he's hurt all the time. Well, guess what then, Bulls fans? You're probably in the lottery. Right? Am I wrong though? Am I wrong? Yeah.
Higher than 12th.
So, I mean, stopgap, he's not like the guy you're building the team around for the next 5 years, but he's a guy that's going to help maybe Josh Giddey in the most crucial part of his career the next 2 or 3 years, maybe develop and maybe you get interesting and maybe he is healthy for a long stretch.
Yeah.
And if he's hurt and he's on the bench, then you're probably going to lose. It's a gamble worth considering.
Yeah.
And
roll the dice.
And look, as you now look at the Eastern Conference standings, that's starting to make a little bit more sense. Detroit's still holding on to that one spot. New York at 2, Miami 3, Toronto has come back down to earth a little bit with a couple of L's, but they're still 14-7. Orlando and Cleveland. Those are your top 6 right now. Play-in tourney, Hawks, Celtics, Sixers, Bulls. Milwaukee currently in 11th because they have played 2 more games and have 2 more losses than the Bulls.
Okay.
Charlotte, Brooklyn, Indy, Washington, rounding out the bottom 4. Charlotte with 6 wins, Washington with 3. That bottom 4, the Bulls are safe from that bottom 4.
Sure.
Unless the Bulls start losing games on purpose, and we all know that they won't.
Sure.
So you're basically talking about the Bulls in a few different categories. They're back in the play-in tournament again, or they're left out in the cold in 11th. Either way, not drafting very high on a team that desperately needs more talent.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
Where you want to go?
Do you want to do something bold in the middle of the season to try and change that up?
I mean,
just a reminder, as we go to a little bit of OT here, if you're watching on one of our various streaming services, first of all, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. If you want the bonus coverage, just head to allchgo.com. I mean, the East standings, I think, are going – the teams, as far as who's in which seed, are going to move around. But those 11 compared to those 4, I think that's set.
yeah.
Charlotte, Brooklyn, Indy, Washington.
They could. It's a possibility.
I don't think they're gonna, but they could.
But he's saying, but it's still kind of set. Like, even if they do jump, like, it's not a, drastic, stupid.
You either fix a lot of broken stuff and get much healthier than you are now for the rest of the season on a team whose strength is supposed to be depth, or you're back in the play-in tournament. Or maybe not even that if the Bucks get their shit together.
And I expect they will. Like, I don't think that this is a guarantee that the Bulls end up in the play-in. And that's might sound crazy, but, like, I think the Bucks are a better team than them. It's just a matter of, can Giannis stay healthy? But, like,
for him.
maybe there's other injuries. Like, I mean, we were talking about the Bulls had, like, a stretch where they were 10 games under 500, and then they finished 15-5. It's a long season. Like, I don't think this is the team that they will be at the end of the year. And that's why it makes me a little bit more weary that they would maybe make a trade like this when they're playing this poorly. Because is that like a desperation thing? Are you doing like a little too much? Like, I'm not doing this if the price is not right.
Right.
And I think in some ways you probably have to wait 20 or 25 more games to really see who you are. But at that point you could be out of it. And then is it worth it anymore? So I don't know. I kind of go back and forth on it. I think ultimately he would help them in a lot of different ways and solve a lot of their problems. Yeah. And I just don't see them doing the path that I would actually prefer. So is that better than doing nothing, which is, I think, the alternative.
I think that's where I'm at. Like, I know what they should do, but they're not going to. So if you're not going to do that, then at least let me watch some greatness for a couple of games, even if it's a couple of games. Let me watch a dude get 32 points and 20 rebounds and 4 assists and 8 blocks. Let me watch that. I'll be cool with sitting there and watching that and enjoying that. That would be my consolation prize, you know what I'm saying, for all of this right here. So, but this, no. Like, seriously, no. Listen, you play who? Brooklyn Nets next, all right? That's what your next game is.
They're 4-16.
They're 4-16.
They did just win.
You want to say, hey, man, you definitely should win that one, but then you're like, oh, you just lost to the Pacers. The Hornets guy. The Bucks ain't good. Like, you're just looking at the teams below, and you got a losing record against the teams below you.
Yep.
So
sure do.
This is why
Bucks,
I'm talking Anthony
Bucks
Davis.
L, Hornets L, Pacers L.
This is why I'm talking
Zards,
Anthony Davis.
Near L.
Near L, bro.
Utah.
Right there. But this is why I'm talking Anthony Davis for stuff like this. You know what I mean? Like, you should not have a losing record against these teams. I don't care who's out. Bro. Like, you can't have that kind of losing record against these kind of squads. And, I mean, they were beating you, and beating you handily. Like, it can't be that way. So, yeah, if you're not going to do it the proper way that you should do this and start that thing over, then fine. Make the trade and let's just have some fun and go for that.
I mean, the silver lining here, final thought tonight. Yes, the Bulls are back in 10th. It's not great because you're not even getting that home playing game.
Yeah.
You got to get back up to 9th.
Yeah.
That's the sweet spot. But speaking of sweet spots, 9 and 11.
Uh-oh.
Y'all, sometimes the Bulls are 4 games under. And sometimes they are 2 games under.
Sometimes they're 5 games
But
over.
I feel so cozy and safe to know that they are back where they belong. Sometimes 4, sometimes 2, always 3 games under the respectability of playing 500 basketball.
He said, here we go.
It is, it's like walking to your parents' old house, getting a big hug from your mom, isn't it? Seeing the Bulls 2 games under 500.
like a hot, steamy beef.
It's just a nice, yummy beef dipped with chard from Pete Tills, baby. That 2 games under. It's my safety blanket. It's my invisibility cloak.
Oh my God!
It is what it is.
God.
It is 2 games under. That's what the Bulls are.
Oh, man.
You are what your record says you are.
That's what Go
And
told
the
me.
Bulls are 9-11.
Yeah,
That's
man.
gross. We'll get out of here for tonight. Shout out to our king of controls, Joey C.
See you
Shout
for
out
controls.
to Chloe getting her first taste of CHGO Bulls
time
action
indeed.
tonight, who was
Cake shake.
running them controls on our watch along and had her first ever Portillo's.
Yes,
Very important lifetime occurrence.
it's very important.
Hopefully you hang out with us. I know you like Blackhawks have dibs on you, which is fine. But
It's true.
don't be a stranger to our fun Bulls hangs.
Come hang out.
Y'all, read the GOAT, allchgo.com. Become a diehard so you can read all of his stuff, not just the free stuff. Speaking of, sign up $26 for your first year right now to become a CHGO diehard so that you can read the GOAT. Follow him, Will_Gottlieb, Big Dave, Bow, BAWL Sports. Bow. I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. Appreciate you for hanging out tonight and every night, Bulls Nation. Bulls are off tomorrow. We are off tomorrow. We will be back for another game night Wednesday, as Dave said, against the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, Lord.
Live pregame for that one. We will talk to you then. In the meantime,
Can't lose.
try and keep your chin up. See red. Be good. Much love.
I
Peace
love
out.
y'all, man. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.